say one thing that's eye-catching right off the bat is an athlete that can show a change of speed. If you're running around at the same speed all the time, it just doesn't show how dynamic you are as a player. So that's one thing. I think also just body language is really critical, and how you react to your teammates, whether they make a mistake or whether they do something well. For example, if somebody gives you a great feed and you score a goal, please go over and thank them, or click sticks or something, give some credit where it's due. Also, we love to see, you do the dirty work, like working hard for ground balls, helping with double teams, riding hard, doing all the things that don't just involve scoring are ways to get noticed.
Yeah, and I'd say some, not necessarily off field, but some different areas. If I have time, I like to watch teams warm up a little bit, because I think, there are certainly players who, I want to go hard when everybody's watching, but do you want to go hard, and do things the right way? And warm ups, are you bringing energy there? If there's a timeout or halftime, I like to watch and see, are players looking at, listening to, paying attention to their coach, or talking, productively with their teammates, or is somebody in the back of the pack, like staring out into space or like waving at mom and dad? Not that they're not important, but maybe not the time for it. So I think there are some things aside from on field too that I think we like to look at, because that gives us an idea of, I guess kind of the bigger picture and not just the player.
Work and all of those skill sets are really important, obviously, but I think everyone knows that. So I think it's the gamesmanship. Like if there's a fast break coming down and you're running away from the ball and you never look back, and you can't be like multi-dimensional in that sense. I'm like, oh, those things are hard to coach. So if you're a junior or going into your senior year and you're still not kind of like making game-like decisions if you're not sliding and communicating those slides defensively, and it's just one focus, I think that's what I'm looking for too. Can you make decisions, right or wrong, right? Because we're going to make a bunch of right and wrong ones, but do you make a decision? Do you communicate the decision? And then are you decisive about that? I think that's pretty higher level. And then can you multitask in a situation? So stick work, whatever, I can get you on a wall all day long, right? But those gamesmanship things are what we're looking for as well.
I have two pretty simple ones that kind of, if you are stressed about some of those things and how can I do those this weekend, two things is how you react to the refs. I think that's a big one. Listening to your coaches, that's kind of all packaged together. If your coach is telling you to do something and you're ignoring it, putting that into your game, because we're going to see that you're not going to listen to us when we're coaching you. So trying to do those things. And then a second really simple thing is wearing that bright colored headband or having a signature piece, just so you stand out when you're going down the field. And while it doesn't get you more recruited, it just does help us when we're seeing so many different teams, and maybe your team has a jersey that you can't see their numbers or something like that. You can always say, oh, I wear that pink headband or something along those lines. And it sticks out in our minds too, a little bit more too.
I could just echo something that Coach Morris said regarding being respectful to referees. We're always looking for those silent character tests. So, be respectful to your parents off the field as well. There's nothing worse than seeing somebody who really has an attitude or doesn't appreciate the fact that their parents just made a huge sacrifice in their day, their time, their money to bring you to a tournament. So those little things, and then, pick up your garbage. Pick up your garbage is another silent character test.
Yeah, I would honestly, as a player, I feel like my club coach was really on us about all of those things. And I think one thing that I would also add, and I know that I'm not a coach, but how you react to a loss as well. If you're storming off the field, if you're throwing your stick down, that's another piece of that character that I think coaches are noticing. And as all four of these coaches have exemplified here in their answers, they are always watching. You're not invisible once you're off the field, especially in a place like D3. Everything's all in one space. All the coaches are kind of together. So it's sort of an all-around mentality and all-around, performance from you guys. And you should stay on your game, stay positive as well, even if things don't go your way, because they're not always going to. And, as Coach Lindsay said, you are going to make some mistakes, and that's okay too. We all do. Bye.